Hello there. I'm Kyo Steroni Beatmaker. Happy New Year. And on this episode of the Monday Mindset, we're going to discuss the making of a master, Part 3. When you become so domesticated by or attached to a belief or idea that you can't let go of it, your choices narrow until any notion of choice is really an illusion. Your beliefs now define you, and they will dictate your choice. Don Miguel. When you allow your belief system to become your personality and way of life, you lose what it means to be an individual. You lose what it means to be human. You have rejected humanity in favor of the hive mind. By allowing domestication to determine the choices of how you live. With said domestication comes conditioned love that determines who and what you are. For such conditioned love is built upon the false reality, projecting an illusion that numbers your insecurities, your fears, and cowardice. Such an illusion dictates how you breathe, how you sleep, eating, think, and feel. Such conditions of love are detrimental to humanity. And we see so many examples of such parasitic illusions. In fact, the totality of humanity, with only a few small factions fighting to maintain balance within the dream of the planet. They use their words and actions to guide those to awaken from their attachments of their domestication. We are aware of how tantalizing attachments to the false reality can be. For many of us have awakened from such a false reality and now see what cannot be seen. When you live your life as an illusion of domestication, we see what such domestication does to the life choices of said people. Constant manipulation of one's identity, disassociation with one's individuality, a false sense of security, coupled with heightened insecurity. For such domestication to work, it instills conditions to love that requires one to self-harm through the guise of self-humiliation, burning away one's soul and replacing it with a parasitic hold. Will you allow domestication to determine your state of being? Will you allow domestication to decide the fate of your individuality? Will you allow domestication to deny you the sweet fruit and nectar of unconditional love that transcends the journey in the art of living? To one of self-enlightenment, self-improvement, and mastery over one's soul and emotional maturity. I ask again, will you allow domestication to determine one's fate? You choose to let go in order to be in control. Don Miguel. As I like to say in one of my songs, Dropping in Color, in feeding my demons, my soul shall remain free. In order to let go, you have to feed the very thing that tempts you to control. Those are our demons. But we live in a time now where everyone is so hell-bent on controlling every aspect of their life that they lose sight of what it means to live, what it means to be human. Nobody wants to let go. They want to record every memory, every moment, every transaction, every experience. As if by controlling and recording life, you're somehow capable of controlling it and editing it to perceive a type of lifestyle and reality that isn't even yours to begin with. That is the nature of control that we face now in this world. But nobody wants to let go of the control of the dream of the planet. Or should I say, really, the false reality. You see it all around you, whether it's in social media, in the political spheres. Everyone is so hell-bent on controlling every narrative, every aspect of their being. But no one's living. No one's just letting go and just being in the moment. The irony of it all is that they are so hell-bent on trying to control, they cannot even control themselves. They cannot control how they react. You see it in their videos, in their live streams, in their reactions. How they complain about not having enough control, despite the fact that they were granted the greatest control of all. That is the will to live. And you see their desperation for control has consequences. Consequences they thought they were above. We now live in a time where the common folk are riddled with delusions of grandeur. And that's the beauty of the delusion of grandeur, is the illusion of control. How many of these Instagram stars or TikTok stars, YouTube stars, political stars end up being found out to be the very thing they stand against, to be the very thing their brand goes against, to be the very thing their image stands against, reflects against, what have you. And because they give you this false reality of control, it has fallen down to us. to us plebs and common folk and serfs and indentured servants, we now feel as if we can control the world, as if it's right at our fingertips. How ironic that it is. But at the very same time, it is so far, far away. And you see it. People struggling to let go of the domestication. You look to the cultural Marxists that are raging against the machine, the same machine that funds their cultural Marxism. They preach break free of the control while they are the very proponents of control. And now you see it seeping into conservative ink and the right. The domestication, free of individuality. And why are we afraid to let go? Most often it's because we're afraid to learn the lesson. We feel that if we can have absolute control, then we can determine the results of our lesson. Which oftentimes is not the case. I struggle myself with letting go. Sometimes it's with a thought. Sometimes it's with a lover. Sometimes it's with inaction that I should have made. But I acknowledge those moments and I let go. But we can't do that anymore. You see it in the domestication, the propaganda, whatever you want to call it. Forcing you to, or should I say, domesticating you into believing in control. The false narratives. And then when the false narratives fall apart, no one's there to pick up the pieces except the next false narrative. Every day people are being conditioned to believe that you can control this, you can control that. There are some things in life we just can't control and we just have to let go. And like I said, people are afraid of learning that lesson because we live in an age of no accountability. We don't want to learn from the lessons of just letting go. Because sometimes they hurt more than the false narrative we create for ourselves. How many of you right now are struggling with the false narrative you create in your own mind to control the situation that you had no control in? You did your part. And that's all you can do. But you try to create that narrative of control. That's why there's such an attack on spirituality. Because in spirituality, they know that there is no control. There is only the moment. There is only the belief. There is only faith. But in this transhumanistic world, they wish to bring forth there is no spirits. Only lights, clockwork, and zeros and ones. And the predictive programming that comes with. And you see, that is the danger of individuality. You see, in individuality, there is no control. There is only you. There is no domestication. Because the individual is the moment, the past, present, and future. When you are an individual, you focus on what you can control and you let go of the rest. And that is what they want you to forget. They want you to believe that you can control everything else except yourself. So they put you in complacency, into domestication, into fear, into cowardice, into bullies, into the hive mind. Foregoing the test to forge yourself into a master of the individual. For like I have always said, a community of individuals with like-minded morals and creeds can do incredible things. And they wish to deny that for us. They wish to deny us our totality. They wish to deny us the capability of being fully functioning in our personhood. They want complete total control of how you think, feel, and most importantly, how you live. Break free from the control. Break free from yourself. And return yourself to the present moment. You realize that you don't have to put on an image that others project onto you. Because you know it is not your reality. Don Miguel. They wish for the singularity of one's reality within the confines of the domestication of the system they have designed in place. That is what you see with the cultural Marxist movement of North America, of Western society. By domesticating your reality, they're able to determine what you believe and what you feel. They hypnotize you to be triggered by certain words and phrases that trigger those parasitic fight or flight programs. The feminist movement has mastered this perfectly. But the cultural Marxists of North America have perfected it. They don't want you, whether it's them, the government, the alphabet agencies, the social, cultural dictators. They don't want you to stand within the essential reality. The essential reality is the truth. And it's 2024, ladies and gents, and we don't deal with the in truths anymore. So you look to those in the underground to provide you the truth. For only a Sith deals in absolutes. Look at the images that they have domesticated many into. Self-mutilation of the body, self-mutilation of the mind, and worst of all, self-mutilation of the spirit. For that leads to the self-mutilation of the body and of the mind. And then you create an image, a false image of yourself. And how many have realized the false image of their self was nothing but a lie? And there is no way to reverse the damage that has been done. People losing their lives over a false image of themselves, a false narrative that was woven and spun, whispered into their ears, or written upon the screen. So many people's minds lost. Only few will return. You don't have to allow them to scare you. into the domestication. So many are afraid to stand up because they think they will be looked at as the bad guy, when in reality they will be the hero. They will be the victor. Why? Because they stay true to themselves. They stay true to the essential reality. What say you? Naysayers, the lot of you. 1,000 clowns, the lot of you. Partygoers lost in the dream of the planet. What victory have you claimed when the very image you present is as horrendous and deplorable and unethical as the very words you speak and the very hygiene that is repugnant? You don't fear me. Well, you don't scare me, I should say. Those of us who live in the art of living, those of us who practice the art of living, we're not afraid of you. In fact, we pity you. We pity the stench that rots from you. We pity the hopelessness that pours from you. We pity the anger that yells from you. And we pity the tears that dare not fall. For those very tears would wipe away the false reality and expose the very truth of such repulsive and pungent ways, dictating the minds of youth, dictating the minds of the individual. The image that the corporate, pharmaceutical, military, industrial complex wishes to reinvent you in. Forgone the free will. Erase the freedom of thought and delete the individual. We are living in times where the war on the individual is fought on many planes of existence. How will you choose to fight? Or how do you choose to lose? Or have you already lost the ability to choose? I challenge you to break free from the hive mind. I challenge you to wash away the false reality. I challenge you to bathe in the essential reality. I challenge you to embrace the art of living. I challenge you to become the master of self. I challenge you to become the very image of what it means to be true in all of God's glory, will, and beauty. Without awareness of how to engage the dream of the planet and the beings who created it, it is too easy to internalize what is happening around you, or to forget that it is all a dream. Becoming a master of self is about maintaining awareness of your center while you are interacting with the dream of the planet, remembering that it's all a dream. Don Miguel. For those practicing and enacting the way of the art of living, it is far too easy to get caught up in all the noise and hullabaloo, to lose sight of your individuality and humanity, which results in a moment of weakness. In those moments of weakness, we allow the dream of the planet to grasp our goals, emotions, actions, and decisions. For those moments of weakness, we forget that we are extensions of the very beings who created the dream of the planet. We are their heart, liver, brain, and blood that fuels the very dream of the planet we inhabit. The intricate components of the dream of the planet reflect the quantum reality in which the gods play with their machinations. In turn, we must realize that our focus determines our reality, that our awareness determines how we traverse the dream of the planet. The awareness that we are seeing all in illusion, whether by zeros and ones, or the various particles and atoms that dance in our dream. With such revelation, individuals who practice the art of living ensure to maintain the practices that strengthen our awareness of our individuality within the dream. Our individuality is as real as our awareness of the dream of the planet. Meaning, the further we strengthen our individuality, the stronger we are able to perceive parasites that inhabit the dream of the planet. The very parasites that cause the poisoning of the individual into the hive mentality. The very parasites that entice us with vices, addictions, and corruption. The very parasites that domesticate our belief system and destinies. The very parasites that erase our humanity. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. I said, wake up, damn it. How dare you allow the dream of the planet to strip you of what it means to be human, to become the very thing humanity stands against?